Historical Baseball Matchup is on the air again, and we're glad to have you with us. This is Series 190. Two new teams from the history of baseball ready to go in a best-of-7 series. The Park Baseball 21 is the game that we use, and we're glad you're here with us. So introducing two new teams, it's going to be the A's versus the Cubs in this matchup. Looking at the introductions of teams today, we will start with the 1949 Chicago Cubs, a team that struggled. 61 and 93, they finished dead last in the National League, so not a good resume for the Cubs. Charlie Grimm was fired. They went on then with Frankie Frisch, who didn't do much better for the rest of the season. Looking at the team, the Cubs were probably led there by Andy Pafko, who hit 281 and drove in 69. He hit 18 home runs. And Hank Sauer, at 32 years old, 27 homers, 83 RBIs, 291 for him. He was also a pretty good outfielder, as was Pafko. Hal Jeffcoat, the other outfielder there, only hit 245. Frankie Gustein, the third baseman, 226, a tough year and only 76 games for him. Roy Smalley, the shortstop, 245. He did have 117 hits, but only 57 runs and not much else going on for him. Emil Furban, 289, a nice average in 98 games. Herman Raich, 305 on base, 280. 34 RBIs, and Mickey Owen in only 62 games hit 273. Phil Cavarretta there at 32 years old, still a big part of the team. He hit 294 with 22 doubles, 49 RBIs. I'm sure we'll see Cavarretta get some action. Hank Edwards, Bob Ramazzotti, some other players you might see in the series. But again, not much speed at all for the Cubs, not much power, not much offense, to put it lightly. Nobody over 300. And other than Sauer and Pafko, almost nobody with any kind of slugging and power. So, going to be rough to put runs on the board for Chicago. And looking at the pitching, it doesn't get much better. Johnny Schmitz, the lefty, 11 and 13, 4.35 ERA and 2.07 innings for him. He did have 3 shutouts, so we'll look out for that. He did walk 92 men, however. That's a high number, and a 1.5 whip for him. Averaged 4 walks a game. Bob Rush, 10 and 18, 407, 200 plus innings for him. He walked 79, struck out 80. Dutch Leonard at 40 years old, he was in 28 games. He went 7 and 16, 415. Leonard winding it down, but still pitched in 180 innings. And Monk Dubiel, 6 and 9 and 20 starts for him. Doyle Lade, Warren Hacker, lefty Bob Chipman, all got over 100 innings and contributed to the Cubs, but their ERAs were kind of rough as well. The 450 for the team, not good at all, and not going to be supported much by their offense. So pretty poor all the way around for the Cubs in 1949. They're really going to have to show us something different if they're going to make a run and compete in this series, which will be against the 1994 Oakland Athletics, led by Tony La Russa. This was the season that was cut short due to the players' strike in August. But even at that point, the A's were not having the good year particularly. They were second in the AL West, but they were 8 games under, well behind the White Sox, who were running away with it. Of course, the A's very successful in the late 80s and early 90s. So some of the stars of that team are still here. Started off, of course, by Ricky Henderson, who dealt with some injuries, didn't have a great year. Hit 260 with 20 RBIs and 22 steals. But if he is healthy, Ricky is, of course, a factor. Looking at Geronimo Barroa, I should say, at the DH, 13 and 306 for him. Not bad. Ruben Sierra in his prime, 23 homers, 92 RBIs, 268. Stan Javier in center field, 272 with 44 RBIs, but 24 steals for him. Scott Brocious at 27 is the third baseman. 238 average, 14 home runs. You have Mike Bordick at shortstop, Brent Gates at second base, and Terry Steinbeck at 32 years old, 285, 11 home runs, and 57 ribbies for him. The first baseman there is Troy Neal, but also Mark McGwire will probably be in the lineup. He was part of the opening day lineup, so we'll see probably McGwire, who was only in 47 games for the A's this year, but he did hit 9 homers and hit 252. Mike Aldrete got 200-plus plate appearances, as did Scott Hemond. So The Athletics, some names you might recognize: Steinbeck, Sierra, Henderson, and of course McGuire, but not a good year, dealing with a lot of different issues for this team, especially the weakness in their pitching, which really fell apart. Ron Darling, 10-11, 4.50 ERA. Not a good year for Darling as he's starting to wind it down at 33 years old. Nobody had over 160 innings pitched, which is also an issue. Bobby Witt, 8-10. He did throw 3 shutouts, surprisingly, but that's about it. Really struggled with his control, it would seem at times. 70 walks. But Todd Van Poppel, at 22 years old, even worse, with 89 walks and an ERA of 6.09 and 23 starts. He really got hammered during the year. And even closer Dennis Eckersley had an unlike season for him at 39. He started to wind it down. 4.26 ERA, 19 saves. Not a good year for the Eck overall. Some other people maybe who got some starts: Steve Ontiveros, Carlos Reyes, Bob Welch also started some games, but we'll see how La Russa works the pitching staff. The bullpen: Bill Taylor, Mark Akery, Vince Horstman. Not bad. John Briscoe also there. So, can't say that the Athletics are an overwhelmingly good team, but talent-wise, I would give them the nod over the Cubs. We have 2 losing teams going at each other. The Athletics, with a little bit better of a percentage winning, will be the home team. So out in Oakland, we'll have Game 1 and Game 2 before we head out to Old Wrigley Field in the 40s to play the middle portion of the series. So this is Series 190. The 1994 Oakland Athletics battling it out against the 1949 Chicago Cubs. Anything goes in our series between 2 teams where the slate is clean, and we start at 0-0 on the scoreboard. So, getting ready for Game 1, Dutch Leonard will take the mound for the Cubs against Ron Darling. An interesting mixed match here and choice by the managers to start the series. We'll see how that goes. Again, Leonard, famous for some of his prior years at 40 years old. We'll see what the veteran can do against a Ron Darling pitcher who also is 34. So some veterans going at it here in Game 1 of this series. So let's head out to Oakland for Game 1 of this best of 7 between the Cubs and the A's. Jeff Cook facing Ron Darling here in the first inning to start this series off. And a ground ball to second. Should be easy. And that's the first out of this ball game. Royce Smalley now, we're in the second inning. Here's the pitch, and Smalley goes deep to right. This ball's got some carry to the wall. Home run for Smalley. He takes Darling deep, and the Cubs take the lead here, 1-0 in the second inning, thanks to the home run by Smalley. To the opposite field he goes, and we move now to the bottom of the second inning. Leonard facing Steinbeck with the man on, and this one's hit the center field. In the gap, it's going to get down. Let's see if they send a runner home. The A's trying to tie this game up. Runner heading in, and it is going to be a stand-up double. So we got runners on second and third here. Javier, the hitter. And Javier goes to center field. That should be playable. It is. Runner tagging. Here's the throw to the plate. It is going to be late, and Sierra scores to tie the game at 1. Leonard now facing Yates. This one's hit to center field. Catch is made. Another runner tagging, but they're going to get this one. Steinbeck out at the plate, and the 1-1 game remains. Yes, indeed. Here's Wayne Terwilliger with the runner on third. The pitch gets away. No run's going to score here for Chicago, so the Cubs will take the lead 2-1 on the wild pitch by Darling. To the sixth we go. Henderson up there. Henderson will hit this one in the gap, so that'll get down. A leadoff extra base hit for Ricky. He turns on the Jets. Henderson heading to second with a double. And the Athletics trying now to get the edge if they can. Crozier the hitter with Ricky on second. There's a walk. A knuckleball sets up ball 4, so 2 on now with nobody out for Baroa. Baroa takes ball 4, so the base is loaded here for the Athletics in the 6th. They got a big chance now. Up with the bases loaded and nobody out is Ruben Sierra. And Sierra goes deep to center. I don't believe it. It is a grand slam for Ruben Sierra. He answers the call in the biggest way and turns this game upside down. It is now 5-2 in favor of Oakland. Ruben Sierra with a 429-foot grand slam. We move to the 8th. Steinbeck up with the man on. Steinbeck will line a single to center field. This might add to the ace tally. Runner holds, however, at third. 6-2 our score. We're in the 9th now. Darling going the distance. This one's hit to third. Scooped up and made. This game is over. Ron Darling goes the distance. And the 1994 Athletics beat the Cubbies in Game 1, 6-2. They do it thanks in great part to the grand slam by Ruben Sierra in the 6th inning that turned it around. Darling gets the win. He allows 2 earned and walked nobody with 9 Ks. Unimpressive start for Darling. And Stan Javier was 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs as well. Only 3 hits for the Cubs against Darling. A great job for Dutch Leonard. He takes the loss, ran into some troubles, especially in that 6th inning. So Oakland can be happy to take the lead here, and they've realized that the Cub hitting really is manageable. So we'll see how that goes now for Steve Ontiveros, who's going to get a start against Cub starter Bob Rush in Game 2. Of course, Oakland would love nothing better to head to Chicago with a 2-0 edge. We'll see if the Cubs can respond. Back out to Oakland. It's another full house here as the Athletics and the Cubs face off in Game 2. Ontiveros facing Jeff Cope. We're in the beginning here of game number 2. And this one's hit to first. Bobbled over there by the first baseman. It's going to be an error. So Jeff Cote will be safe. Now we got runners second and third for Pafko with only 1 out. And Pafko pops it up. Should be playable here. It is. That's the 2nd out of the inning. So Royce Smalley a chance now with 2 outs. Could he come through? He dumps it in the left field for a base hit. It's going to be 1-0 Cubs. They take the lead in the very first inning. To the bottom of the first, 2 on for Ruben Sierra, who went deep yesterday with the bases loaded. He goes to second on this play. Force out at second base for the 2nd out of the inning. To the third, 1-0 Chicago. Henderson against Rush. It's a ground ball to second. That'll be an easy double play. A nice turn for the Cubs. To the 5th we go. Ontiveros facing Cavaretta. Man on second. Grooved into center field for a base hit. This is going to score another run, it looks like. 2-0 Chicago. They've come out well here in this ball game. To the 7th. Rush is pitching a shutout. Steinbeck the hitter. This one's drilled to left field. It's going to drop in there for a hit for the Athletics catcher. Javier now the hitter. He represents the tying run. but he will strike out on an 0-2 pitch. Here's Scott Brocious. Brocious will go to the mound, and the play's made at second. They get the force there. 8th inning now. Brent Gates, the hitter. Oakland getting shut down. But this is going to go into right field for a hit, so Gates comes through. And Mike Bordick, the hitter, with nobody out. Bordick will hit this one on the ground. That's going to be a play made at second. They make it. They get the force there. So 1 out for Henderson. And Ricky goes past the third baseman. That's a fair ball. Runner heading to third. Henderson into second. Runner around in third. He's going to score. It is 2-1 now on the Ricky Henderson RBI double. Let's see if Troy Neal can try to tie it up. Neal will strike out, however, here to make the second out. And Geronimo Baroa up with 2 outs. And he'll hit it to center field, but deep. Way back. That's going to get down. We got a tie game. Geronimo Baroa with a clutch double, making it 2-2. He comes through here off of Cub pitching, and Rush now trying to salvage the tie. Sierra's at the plate with 2 outs. Now this one's hit to first. Play made there by Cavaretta. We'll move to 9th. We are tied at 2. Dennis Eckersley has come in for Oakland. And there's a strikeout. He makes the pitch, 3-2. Terwilliger now the hitter. He also strikes out, so Eckersley looks like he's got his good stuff. Bottom of the 9th, Steinbeck at the plate. Steinbeck goes back here to the mound. Play made there, throw to first. Atkins makes the play. Dewey Atkins now facing Scott Brocious. 2 outs in the 9th. This one's grooved into right. That'll be a hit. So the Cubs get a run around, or the A's get a run around here with Brent Gates at the plate. And this is hit to third. A great play there, but they mishandle it. And now Oakland has 2 on with 2 outs for Mike Bordick. Bordick will line this one to second base. Nice play by Terwilliger. And we move now to extra innings in this one, tied at 2. To the 11th, Eckersley still in there, facing Andy Pafko now. And that's outside, a rare walk here by Eckersley. Roy Smalley Jr. now the hitter. Smalley takes ball 4, so I can't remember the last time Eckersley walked 2 in a row. He's replaced now by Dave Leeper. And the bunt is put down here. Play made at first, but the runners advance. Lowry with a nice bunt. So 2 on here for Frankie Gustein. Let's see if he comes through. Infield in. Ground ball too short. Play made at first. Holds the runner. Great play there by Bordick. 2 outs for Terwilliger. Terwilliger now a big chance. He'll hit it to center field. That ball's going to be caught, however. Nice play there by Javier. And the bases remain loaded. Stranded by the Cubs. They might regret that one, folks. Here is now Ruben Sierra against Dewey Atkins. Bottom of the 11th. Sierra goes to the pitcher. Play made there for the out. Here's Steinbeck. Steinbeck goes deep. That's to left field, all the way to the wall. Walk-off home run. Terry Steinbeck. 3-2. Celebrations. The Cubs fall apart here in extra innings. They had the bases loaded with 1 out. Could not push a run across, and Terry Steinbeck puts the dagger into the Cubs in the bottom of that frame with a home run. He was 2 for 4. Rush and Ontiveros pitched well in this one, but it came down to the end. Atkins allowing the gopher ball. Leeper got out of a big jam that Eckersley set up, but he gets the win deservingly so. And this series now is 2-0 in favor of LaRussa and his ball club. The Cubs have fought, but that's the difference, folks. When you're a losing club, you find a way to lose, and the Cubs did exactly that. So the series now moves to beautiful Wrigley Field. Oakland the clear advantage, We'll see if they could really put the hammer down if they win game number 3. Bobby Witt will take the mound for Oakland, the visiting club, against Johnny Schmitz, who really needs to perform if the Cubs are to get back into the series. So, let's head out to Clark and Addison. It is Wrigley Field for game number 3. Let's see if the Cubs can get some support and make a series of it. Delivery, and it's down low for ball 4. 2 runners on the corners for the Cubs here for Andy Petco. And Petco's going to go deep to center field. This ball to the wall. 3-run homer for the Cubs outfielder. Petco makes it an early Cubs lead here in the very first inning as they give their fans the quickest reason to cheer before they can even get to their seats. To the second, Steinbeck up. He won game 2, remember. And Steinbeck goes deep to left again. Could it be another one? Yes! Out of the ballpark. Terry Steinbeck showing his muscle. Second game in a row now he's gone deep. It is 3-1. Oakland gets on the board. To the 4th inning now. Ruben Sierra takes one outside, so Sierra walks, and we got runners first and second. The Athletics trying to get back into this, and that man Steinbeck up again. He will hit it to center field. This one isn't so deep, however. Caught out there. Here's Brocious. Ground ball to short. No play to be made. The bases are loaded. 1 out, bases loaded for Brent Gates. Gates will strike out, swinging a big strikeout there. And now with 2 outs, Mike Bordick is the hitter. Bordick will line a single to center. He comes through with 2 outs, a big hit. And folks, that's going to tie the ball game. At 3, Mike Bordick, a big 2-out single. And we are even here as Bobby Witt comes to the mound. It's the pitcher. He goes to second to end the frame, but the Athletics have now turned it around and tied things up. To the 5th, Sierra up there with the man on, and Sierra will lift this one into left. That'll get down, so a base hit with 2 outs. First and second for the Athletics, and Steinbeck back at the plate. Steinbeck goes deep now. That's into the right field corner. The A's catcher making a big claim here for MVP. A 2-run double. It is now 5-3. Scott Brocious, the hitter. Brocious will line a single to center. That'll get down there. He comes through. Another run's going to score. It is 6-3 now. Oakland breaking it wide open here against the Cubs. Bottom of the 5th, Cavaretta. Cavaretta rips this baseball deep in the right field to make it 6-5. Cavaretta, a one-way ticket out of here. Cubs coming right back. We're in the 6th now. Henderson at the plate. Henderson will line a single here to right field with a man on. So first and second, 1 out. Stan Javier facing Dubiel. And this one's hit deep to center field. That's got some carry on it. Up against the wall. Javier takes an 0-2 pitch mistake and drills it for a double. Scoring 2 to make it 8-5. To the 9th, it's 10-5. Pulling away completely are the Athletics. Ed Vosberg facing Harry Walker. And there's a ground ball to second. Should be easy. There you have it. Baroa makes the play. And the Athletics come into Wrigley Field and brush off the Cubs for the third straight game. They now are dominating the series 3-0. They win it 10-5. Cavaretta did well for the Cubs, but it was Sierra who was 2 for 3 with 2 runs. And Steinbeck, another home run, 2 for 5, a double, and 2 RBIs. He got it done. It was the middle innings where the Athletics really jumped on Schmitz and the Cubbies. The Cubs had that early lead in the first inning by the Pafko home run. Didn't even come close to holding up. 10 runs on the board for the Athletics. They have 13 hits, and they stamp away any hopes that the Cubs would get close here in this series. It is 3-0, and for all intents and purposes, one would think the series was over. The Athletics could wrap it all up at Wrigley Field here in Game 4. Bob Welch will take the mound. The Cubs really looking for anything they can grasp onto. Bob Chipman will take the mound here in Game 4. Maybe the Cubs can play with nothing to lose and give us a good game where they can actually get a win on the board. But we'll see. It looks like the A's are shark-like, looking to devour this series quickly. We'll see how it turns out. Back to Wrigley Field. Game number 4. Will the series be a sweep? Let's head out and find out. Cubs and Athletics coming up, Game 4. Ground ball to third. Ricky Henderson is the first ball game. Good scoop by Cavaretta. We're in the second inning. And a walk, so with 2 outs, the Athletics load the bases here for Stan Javier. A big spot in this game. This one's hit to short. Will the play be made to first? Yes. The Cubs get out of it. The A's leave the bases loaded to the third. Chipman facing Sierra. Let's hit to second base. This could be 2. It is a double play. So again, the Cubs get out of it, and now they have their own threat. Roy Smalley up with 2 on. And here's a shot to center field. This is going to get down, and the Cubs are going to take the lead here. Smalley might think of a triple. He'll have it. 2-0. Chicago on this 2-out triple by Roy Smalley Jr. Base is loaded for Chicago now. And this one's hit to center, however. I don't think it's going to be deep enough. The catch is made near the track. And 2-0 is our score as we move to the 5th. Henderson up with the man on. Henderson takes a borderline pitch, so first and second, nobody out. Stan Javier, the hitter. Outside for Javier, and the base is now loaded for Oakland. A big spot for Geronimo Baroa. Infield is in. Fly ball to center. That's going to be caught. Here comes the throw to the plate. It gets away, so the runner will score. Other runners advance to second and third. It's 2-1. They had the runner, and it just was airmailed on that play by Andy Pafko. A chance missed by the Cubs. And here's a fly ball to right. That's got some carry. That'll be caught. Here's another throw to the plate. Henderson, however, too quick. It is going to be 3-2 now, our score. We move to the bottom of the 5th. Welch now on the mound. He has a lead now he can work with. This one is drilled to center, however, way back up against the wall. Another triple here. Runner's going to head all the way to third. Smalley Jr., his second triple of the game, believe it or not. What a performance, a rarity that is. Peanuts Lowry looking to tie the game. Lowry singles to right, and it is tied. 3-3 our score. An 0-2 pitch. Peanuts Lowry drilled it to right field. To the 6th we go now, all even. Brocious is the hitter. This one's lined a single to left with nobody out in 6th. And Brent Gates the hitter. Gates takes ball 4, so we got first and second. Nobody out for Bordick. Bordick is walked, and now the base is loaded for the Athletics. 8 walks on the day for Chipman. And Bob Welch, the pitcher, up in a big spot. Welch is going to hit it into left field. That's going to get down. 1 run in. It's 4-3 now in favor of Oakland. 6-3 our score. We move to the 6th now. Cavaretta at the plate. Cavaretta drills it past the third baseman. Run is going to score, making it 6-4, a double for Cavaretta. So the Cubs trying to fight back here. To the 8th we go. Brent Gates, the hitter. Gates will single to center. But bottom of the 8th here, it is Billy Taylor against Furban, who's the pinch hitter. And Furban goes to short. Play made there. But the throw gets away. And we got a runner on first for Chicago. Nobody out.
Strike 3.
And there's a strikeout. 0-2 pitch, a sinker. And here's Jeffcoat. Jeffcoat will lift this one out the end of the bat to right field. It's going to be caught. So Oakland closing in here. Harry Walker, the hitter, with 2 outs. Walker will go to first. It's muffed. A muff there by the first baseman. And now first and second for Chicago. 2 outs, and Cavaretta, a big chance. He takes ball 4. So Chicago has loaded the bases with only one of their few chances remaining in this game. Roy Smalley, who's had a heck of a game, 2 triples to speak of, is at the plate. It is 6-5. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. They pitch another walk, and here comes the tying run. The Cubs have evened it up here 6-6. And Peanuts Lowry a chance now with 2 outs. He will hit it to third, scooped up there, long throw to second, and that will do it. But the Cubs tie it up. Here in the 9th we go. Stan Javier, as this game now is anybody's to win. Javier will lift this one to right field, but it is going to be caught out there for the first out. Ruben Sierra, the hitter, with 2 outs now. Sierra strikes out on a bad pitch, and we move to the bottom of the 9th. The Cubs trying to get a walk-off. Eckersley has come in. 6-6 is our score. Here's a fly ball deep to center. That's got some carry, but a nice play by Javier, making it out there in center. 1 out here for Mock. Gene Mock, the hitter. He is walked, so he's the winning run on base. Goosdine, the hitter. He hits it to the pitcher, who makes the play at first. So we got a runner on second. The winning run. Hal Jeffcoat at the plate against Dennis Eckersley. And there is strike 3. So we will move to extras, folks, here in Game 4. Tied at 6. Harry Steinbach now facing Warren Hacker. Hacker checks his swing, but that's going to be easy. Cavaretta makes the play. 2 outs for Gates. And Gates will hit it to short. Easy play there, and we move to the bottom of the 10th. Can the Cubs get a run? Harry Walker facing Eckersley. Lefty versus lefty. This one's hit deep into right field and just over the wall. Walk off for the Cubs. Harry Walker brings joy to Wrigleyville with a walk-off home run in the 10th inning. Eckersley has a history maybe of doing things like that. You might remember some famous home run Kirk Gibson hit. Similar here. Maybe not as dramatic. Obviously not as dramatic, since the series is still well in the hands of the Athletics. But you got to hand it to the Cubs. They came back there in the 8th inning with 2. And Harry Walker walked it off in the 10th, winning the game on a leadoff home run. He was 3 for 6, 2 doubles, and that home run. 3 runs scored. A memorable game for Walker. And Smalley with 2 triples in this one and 3 RBIs. And Cavaretta 3 for 4. He also had 2 doubles. So that will give the Cubs their first win of the series, something they can remember and be proud of. Hacker gets the win. Eckersley couldn't hold it down. He takes the loss, and the Cubs, at least for a day, continue to survive in this series and can take a breath of relief that they can extend it. But on the horizon now is game number 5. It is Ron Darling taking the mound against Dutch Leonard. Leonard lost the opener while Darling pitched very well, a 3-hitter if I remember correctly, and he'll try to put the series to an end before it's forced to go back to Oakland. So game number 5 coming at you here from Chicago. Wrigley Field. We'll see if the Cubbies can do it again, or will the A's finally end this series and take it. Let's head out to the action. Henderson grounds to short. They made there in game number 5. Started. Runner on first, 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. Here's one hook deep to left field. That's going to carry to the wall. He goes over the left field wall. Top of the second, runner on second. Leonard delivers, and this one's hit hard by the batter, and Steinbeck's going to come around here. Steinbeck scores, and Brocious has an RBI double. It's 2-1 in the third. Pafko back up there. He's already homered. Pafko deep into right field. Another one for Andy Pafko. Just fair down the right field line. His second 2-run homer of the game. What a ball game he's having. 4-1 Cubs. Pafko, the darling of the fans today. 2 outs in the fourth. Leonard delivers. That's inside. So with 2 outs, the Athletics have the bases loaded for Mike Bordick. A big spot in this game. But there is strike 3, a breaking ball. He got him. And the bases are stranded full. Here's Henderson in the 5th. Henderson goes through the hole. There's a base hit. So 2 on for Javier. Javier strikes out. So another good situation pitch by Leonard. He's showing all his veteran poise. Geronimo Baroa, the hitter, and there's a walk. So Leonard really struggling through these middle innings. Troy Neal's the hitter. The infield's in. This is a strikeout. 0-2 pitch. Got him. 2 outs now for Steinbeck. And this is line past the shortstop. 1 run in. 2 runs are going to score. It is 4-3 now. The Cubs lead cut to 1. To the 5th, 2 on. We continue here. Another base hit for Oakland. There it is. That's going to fill the bases again with 2 outs. They hold the runner. And Gates is the hitter. Leonard delivers. This one's hit to center. But it should be caught. And I think the Cubs are going to hang on here for the time being. 4-3 as we move now to the bottom of the 5th. Harry Walker drills one to left. That's just fair. Runner on second's heading third. Round in third, and it is 5-3, I should say, in favor of the Cubs. But they're not done yet in the 5th. Lowry, the hitter. Lowry rips it to right. That's going to get down. More runs for Chicago. Peanuts, Lowry, he's going to have a triple, a 2-run triple, making it 8-3 Cubs. They've broken this game open here in the big 5th inning. 2 to 9th, it's 9-5. Pack your bags for Oakland, folks. Here's the ground ball to second. Game over. Cubs have won 2 in a row. They refuse to go down at home. They beat the A's 9-5. Andy Pafko, the hero in this one. 5 RBIs, 3 for 4, 2 home runs. Dutch Leonard, the 40-year-old hurler, gets the win. He goes 9 innings, strikes out 11, allows 11 hits, but he was very, very determined to get the job done and keep his team alive. He does just that. Harry Walker 3 for 5 with an RBI as well. 9-5 the final, and the Cubs refuse to go down at home. They win 2 in a row, and now this series heads back to Oakland for Game 6. We didn't think we'd get to this point, but the Cubs have fought back, and now Oakland needs to put it away because the last thing they want to do is force a Game 7 where the Cubs would be really having the momentum, and they'd love to end it here in Game 6 and avoid that drama. So Steve Ontiveros will take the mound for Oakland at home against Bob Rush, who was quite good in his last outing, even though he lost. We'll see if the Cubs can continue their miracle working and try to win their 3rd in a row, or will the A's finally put an end to the series? Let's find out now. Game 6 of this best-of-7 series from Oakland. It's getting exciting, folks. Here's a fly ball. Jeff Koch gets the game started well for the Cubs. He hits it into the gap there for a double to start off game number 6. And Harry Walker now the hitter. Walker's going to line a single up the middle. Let's see if they send the runner. They will, and the Cubs are going to take an early lead here, 1-0 on the Walker single. Just the start they wanted. Here come the A's in the bottom of the 1st. Neal's going to go to 2nd. Play made there. Relay double play for the Cubs. 1-0 our score. We move to the 3rd. Cavaretta up there with the man on 2nd and 1 out. And Cavaretta will line this one deep to right. It's 2-0 Cubs. Cavaretta comes through with a double here in the 3rd. You can just see the confidence in this Cub team coming back to them. And we move to the 4th now. It's 2-0. Baroa the hitter against Rush. Hard shot to center. That's going to get down. So Baroa with a leadoff double. As Oakland tries to get back here and get some runs. Here comes Sierra. He's been quiet since the start of the series. But this time he comes through into the gap. Run going to score. Sierra with a triple, folks. And it is 2-1, and Sierra representing the tying run now on 3rd base. Here's Javier trying to bring him in, and it is popped way up there. That's not going to do the job. That's the 2nd out of the inning. And Brocious now the hitter. Brocious will line it hard, but that one is to the wall. Home run, Brocious. A big blow here in center field. Way out of here. It's 3-2 Oakland. They take the lead in the 4th with a 3-run inning. And the Brocious home run, the big blow in this one. 5th inning. Let's see if Ontiveros can hold the lead, but this one's drilled hard in the right center. To the wall, off the wall. Terwilliger, he's heading all the way to 3rd. And the Cubs have the tying run here on 3rd base. Harry Walker, the hitter. Walker's going to line a single. We're tied at 3. So the Cubs come right back. They aren't flinching today. And Cavaretta, the hitter. Cavaretta goes into the gap. Another big hit. This spacious outfield in Oakland is really being used. And Cavaretta has given the Cubs the lead. Their leader in the clubhouse and on the field. It is 4-3 now. Bordick, the hitter here in the 5th. Bordick will line a single to center to lead off the inning. And Henderson's at the plate. Henderson goes to short. Could they get him? They do. They get the speedy Henderson on a double play. We move to the bottom of the 6th. Here's Sierra with a 1 out. Sierra will line a single to right. So Oakland trying to make a little bit of a rally here in the 6th, and there's Steinbeck with a single, and it is a rally. It's 2 out, two hits with only 1 out. And Javier's the hitter. Javier, however, goes to second. That's going to be 2, a double play to end the inning. A big one for the Cubs. And they've moved now to the 7th. Cavaretta back at the plate, and he singles again. Him and Pafko, they have been red hot for this Cubs team. And now with 2 outs, Chicago runners on the corners. And here's that man Pafko we're talking about, but he's walked. So the Cubs load the bases for Roy Smalley Jr., and he hits it to third, playmate at second, and that will end the frame, so the Cubs can't take advantage. 7th inning stretch, bottom of the 7th. Here's a shot to center field. That's a leadoff hit by Brocious, who homered earlier. Brent Gates, the hitter. Gates will strike out on a changeup. So 1 out for Bordick. Bordick will go up the middle. That's another tailor-made play, but they only get the man at first. So Brocious on second with 2 outs. And Henderson has walked. Here's Neal. Neal is walked. That was a close pitch. So the base is loaded with 2 outs here in the 7th for Geronimo Baroa. Baroa will go back to the mound. That's going to be a tough play, but it's made. And Oakland stays within a run. 4-3 the score here in the 8th inning. Billy Taylor has come in to pitch. And this one's hit deep to right. Way back there. It's going to get down to the wall. More extra bases. Another triple for Chicago. But no, they get him at third. Great relay here by the A's, and they force the man at third base to keep again this game close. But they need a run. Hacker is in the game. Sierra at the plate. He will strike out. 1 out for Steinbeck. Hacker comes home. That's hit to short. Bobbled there, a big error. So we'll see if that comes back to haunt the Cubs. Stan Javier with a man on first. And he'll pop it up. That'll be easy. 2 outs as the play is made on the mound by Smalley and Scott Brocious at the plate. Brocious will hit it to second. Play made there, and we head to the 9th. 4-3 Cubs. Here's a base hit for the Cubs in the 9th. This one's ripped to left field. That's going to get down. Second and third, 1 out for Chicago. And Cavaretta, the hitter, trying to get some insurance here. He will rip a single. That's going to do the job. 2 come in. It is now 6-3. Phil Cavaretta, another triple. What else can you say about Cavaretta? He has 2 triples in the series, I believe, and we're in the 9th with 2 outs. Atkins up with 2 on. This is popped up. Should be caught. And ladies and gentlemen, a complete turnaround. We're going to have a Game 7. Oakland, that was up 3-0, has lost 3 games in a row. And in 190 series, we have yet to see a team down 3-0 force a Game 7, much less win the series. So things getting extremely interesting. Cavaretta, 4 for 5, 2 doubles, a triple, 4 RBIs. What a game. Harry Walker, 4 for 5, 2 RBIs. Brocious, 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a home run. Bush the win. Ontiveros the loss. Atkins gets the save. The Cubs, wow, they fight back here and they get the job done in Oakland. 15 hits, overcoming 2 errors. And now it is Tony La Russa and his team really shaking in their boots as the Cubs have come all the way back and one game to decide it. Can the Cubs really do it? Can they come from behind 3-0 and win the series, or will Oakland end the dream? It is Johnny Schmitz against Bobby Witt for Game 7. Drama can't be any higher. We got one more from Oakland for everything in this series. Can the Cubs do the miracle, or will Oakland move on? Let's head out to Oakland. Don't go anywhere for the action. Game 7. Two of your favorite words. Here's Hal Jeffcoat to start it off against Bobby Witt. The Cubs as confident as can be. The A's a little bit shell-shocked. Let's see which way this goes. There's a play at first, and the game is on their way. 2 on for the Cubs, 2 outs for Smalley. They've gotten out to these games quickly, and they're about to do it again. Ball 4. The bases are loaded for peanuts. Lowry, a big spot here. Lowry's going to line a single up the middle. Do you believe it? The Cubs doing it again. It is 2-0. The ball gets away here. Runners are going to advance. You can see the nerves already on the A's. It's 3-0 in the third now. And here's a shot, a base hit with 1 on. So Oakland trying to make some noise. 2 on with nobody out. Ricky Henderson, the hitter. Henderson will line a single to center. That's what they needed. Oakland now has the bases loaded with nobody out, and Troy Neal, the hitter. Let's see if he can come through. He does! He rips it down the line, fair and right. Let's see how many are plated on this one. Neal with a double. And it is now 3-2. And they're not done yet. Geronimo Barroa, he will hit it to center field. That's probably going to be deep enough to tie this game. Here's the throw. Not going to be in time. And kudos to the A's. They come right back with 3 runs. To the 4th we go. Walker up there with a man on second. He's going to drill a single. That'll get down. Let's see if they send the runner. Jeffcoat is going to score. And the Cubs jump back, right back in front. 4-3. Runner now on third for Brett Gates in the same inning. And he strikes out. A heater there from Schmitz, and now Bordick is up there with 2 outs. Bordick takes ball 4, so we got runners on the corners for Henderson. Ball 4 to him, so bases loaded, a crucial point in this game. 2 outs for Troy Neal. Neal's going to hit it to first. That'll be playable. Cavaretta takes it, and the Cubs, just like in Game 6, hold it on here, 4-3. Into the 5th inning. Here's a long shot deep to left field. Could it be? The Cubs will not back down. Home run here, 5-3. 404 feet. Goose Stein goes deep. They are starting to taste it here. We're in the 8th inning. Cavaretta at the plate. He launches it. Yes, sir, in the gap. More runs for the Cubs. Jeffcoat scores. It is 6-3. To the 7th, it's 8-3. Here's Jeffcoat. Another one, wouldn't you know it? Down the line. This is going to score more. Chicago doing the unbelievable. Scoring more runs now. It is going to be 10-4. A complete and total collapse by the Athletics. We are now in the 9th. Henderson up with 2 on. He will pop it to center. This will be caught. So the first out of the inning. And now with 2 outs, Barroa at the plate. Monk Dubiel ready to end this series. Here's the pitch. Fly ball. Gonna be caught. The Chicago Cubs of 1949, who were down 3-0, win 4 in a row, and steal this series. The first time we have seen it. A team to come back from 3-0. It took 190 series to see what we just saw right now, folks. And what a story. The Cubs, who were really ridden out and had not much of a chance, people thought, against the A's and some of their stars, and they did the unthinkable, never giving up, winning 2 at Wrigley and coming back and winning both on the road in the most unpredictable fashion and doing it 10-4 in Game 7 and hammering things away. Hal Jeffcoat, 2 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. Walker, 3 for 5, an unbelievable series for him. Schmitz pitched well when he had to. He did get hit a little bit, but his offense covered him well. Witt got hammered in this one. It was just Stein for the Cubs who hit a home run, but Neal hit a big one just as a cushion and the runs late in the game. And, of course, Jeffcoat and Walker, the big stars. Looking at some of the breakdowns here, you can see the Athletics winning the opening 2-3, 10-5 in Chicago, and then the 7-6 win, a 9-5 win, both in Chicago. We thought it was for pride. Boy, was it not. A 7-3 win in Game 6 and 10-4 in Game 7. What's surprising is the last 3 games weren't even close, folks. The Cubs just came roaring back and got the job done. Looking at the numbers, look at Cavarretta, 484 for the series, a homer and 9 RBIs. Walker was 412, 5 RBIs. Pafko, 3 home runs, 280 with 10 RBIs for him. Smalley with 6 RBIs. Lowry with 5. The Cubs just piling in the runs. This was a team we didn't think could hit. Whoa, were we wrong. Bullpen did well for them. You can see there Rush did well in his 2 starts. Leonard had a very good performance to keep his team in it in game number 4. And from there, some struggles with Chipman and Schmitz. But Schmitz was the winner in game number 7. And Monk Dubiel had a rough series, but he was on the mound when it all ended. For the stunned Athletics, Scott Brocious, 5 RBIs, and Terry Steinbeck, 5 RBIs, but they were shut down later in the series. Sierra, 7 RBIs. Henderson, 280, only 2 RBIs. Bordick and Javier, nothing special. And from there, it goes even further down. Eckersley lost the game on a walk-off. Ontiveros, he got a loss in his 2 starts, although he wasn't terrible. Welsh couldn't get it done. He lost, and Witt, the loser, in Game 7. That is the final. We're going to look at the MVP here in this game. It's going to go to Phil Cavarretta. Him or Pafko had to be the man, but Cavarretta was brilliant in this one, 15 of 31. 5 doubles for him, a triple, a home run, 9 RBIs, 500 on base, 806 slugging. He scored 6 runs and played a great first base. Just part of the wonderful Cinderella story that these Cubs have made. That's why we have fun doing these series. You never know what you're going to get. A series we thought was not very exciting, quite frankly, between 2 teams from the history of the game that are well forgotten and had losing records. And here you go. It took 190 series, and we have a team coming back from 3 down, left for dead, to come back and bite their opponents and win it. Unbelievable. That's baseball for you. And we saw it all in this series. So Series 190 is over. It is, again, the 1949 Chicago Cubs coming back and beating the 1994 Oakland Athletics 4-3 in the most dramatic fashion possible. That's it. We're glad you were with us for this one. It was a memorable one. The Park Baseball 21 presented by Baseball or Historical Baseball Matchup. This was Series 190. We'll take a breath. We'll be back. Thanks for joining us for this very memorable Best of 7. Chicago is doing it, folks. Unbelievable. Here's a long home run, but that's not going to do much damage. Neal goes deep. It is 8-4.